All right, game number 2. And that means we're going to be switching over to a Terran. And I don't know who the next Terran is. Let me go ahead and look.
Here's the order. So I'm thinking it's going to be last.
It's actually, it's Mind.
Okay.
Your guesswork has been slaughtered.
No, it's not guesswork. It's analytical. It's analytical commentary. Because
which news network are you representing? Because your analytical commentary is getting bad information.
I'm better than Nate Silver, okay?
Okay. How about the guy for the NBC network that was talking about Trump's wife when he thought he was off mic? Oh man, that was some bad business. Like the guy or not, you shouldn't be doing that.
That's a compliment. I have nothing wrong against that NBC anchor. But this is interesting though. So they're gonna have Mind sent out. So I'm thinking the Terran. But why would you want to send Mind out first? You can send out last instead.
Yeah, honestly, it's like you almost have 2 ace players, and the fact that you have Mind and Flash. But Mind really should be the strongest Terran.
Flash is not an ace player. He still needs more time.
Okay, let me go ahead and mark Hyuk as eliminated real quick. And then we will go into this game. Go ahead and remind everybody what we're doing here today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in just now, we're in a rebroadcast of the KCM Legend match number 26, which is a race war. So obviously we have 3 players of each race. Play best of ones to figure out which race wins. There's a prize pool, which I don't know of, but you can definitely support KCM and its efforts by donating to his Indie Fund, right? Indiegogo or GoFundMe or something like that?
Indiegogo, and definitely donate. I think there's only like 4 hours left for us to reach that 2,000 goal. If you just donate $1 if you don't have anything else to donate. I mean, it's also about the number of donations, not the amount.
Right. I mean, we're trying to revitalize the foreign Korean Brood War scene.
Absolutely, and none of the money goes to us, so don't think like we're trying to get more donations so we can make money. This is a la carte, absolutely free.
We do this for the fun.
We do it for the fun, to be honest.
Unless Africa decides to pay us again.
Yes, unless Africa decides to give us money.
That's the good part. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Yeah, it is great. And then we could have Tasteless and Artosis cast the finals for us. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Easy money, if you ask me.
Amen.
So we've got our Terran player Mind, who will be at the top left corner. And then at the right here, we will have our Protest player Shuttle, already with a 1-game winning streak. And guess what? We're on the Neo Medusa.
That is true. The 3-player map here, there's no ramps, so there's also like a backdoor expansion you can take with mirror only. So it makes for some interesting macro decisions. So of course we're gonna see Mind go for the barrack expand. Looks like.
Yeah, it's usually the barracks and then 2 supply depots. Get a nice wall at the front if you want. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to wall off at the front if he doesn't want to, though.
Nah. Doesn't have to. Meanwhile, Shuttle's going for the standard gateway, simulator, cybernetics core.
That's right. And then I'm sure we're going to see him expand, but will he expand to the gas expansion? I think last time we saw this map, there was a Protoss player, and he decided to go for the mineral only in the back first and then expand later. And who was that was playing? Was that also Shuttle on this map? Or was that Best? I think it may have been Best, actually, because he brought out the Scout.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was quite the entertaining game.
Commands that are coming up here for Mind. So it's going to be confirmed that 1-rack expanded we were talking about. First out, already out here for Shuttle, who is scouting around his natural. Yeah! Go Shuttle!
Listen,
you do your thing with that Zealot.
That is important.
Yeah, the Zealot doing nothing. All right, go Zealot.
The Zealot figured it out. This is one of those like bad AI maps that like you need to have your units rally to your natural from your gateways, so that way when you do select them and tell them to attack, they actually know where to go. If they're not at the natural when you tell them to attack, sometimes they just start running in the opposite direction.
Yeah, they run towards this area here where the Dragoon is chasing the SUV, and then you wonder why half your army's missing. Good
Right.
times!
Yay, Brood War.
That's why we love
I
it.
imagine like the AI mind, whatever it's called that Google was talking about, that its first like 2 years of trying to learn StarCraft is just trying to figure out how the hell the AI works, so it can move units around properly.
Yeah, so the first level gets repelled here by 3 Marines, and interesting to see that Mind actually mined out one of the minerals outside his temple. Oh, look at this though!
Whoa, the robotics facility at the left. Me doing a poor observer job to not notice that there was a pylon there. But it got scouted by the SCV, so Mind having some, just some great game sense at this point.
It's Flash, man. Flash is telling him what to do.
Flash was like standing behind him. Hey, dude, scout over
Flash
here.
is ghosting. Flash is ghosting. Kick. Lag. Yeah, so next coming up here for Shuttle, and realizing that his proxy robotics facility is going to get countered. Can't really do much out of it. You can still try to force it, but Mind can be more than ready for it, so that's not to go for it. Meanwhile, we do see the bunker going to get hailed on here by the 2 Dragoons with the range upgrade. So that's perfectly standard. Going to force Mind to make an early tank.
Look at this. The turrets, I think maybe the turrets are just slightly earlier than usual. And maybe the priority of where Mind decides to put the turrets is why it feels like they're earlier, but he is just trying to make sure he gets a nice wall here at the south of his base, so that way he is defended. And using the engineering bay too to make sure he has that just additional reaction time if anything does come out of the robotics facility. And so we're going to see observers come out just instead of like shuttles and reavers.
See, this is the funny part. So once Mind sees the observer, if he does, he's going to realize that there's no reaver threat at all, and he's just going to play normally. So while we're Shuttle taking advantage of this fact, one for actually his 3rd nexus as well, all over 1 gateway. So this is very greedy, and I like this transition from Shuttle. Knowing that Mind has to play defensively for the time being, just because of the potential threat of a proxy reaver.
Yeah,
so,
and he needed to take advantage of that knowledge because he would be behind otherwise, since he's not going to get anything out of the robotics facility.
Right, so it's not too bad getting that scouted off, though. The question is, Mind needs to scout that early 3rd, and notice that Shuttle's gateway count is very low at the moment. Sure, he's adding 3 more gateways to get to a total of 4, but it's going to take a while for those 4 to kick in.
So, does it look like Mind is really low on gas mining right now? He's only got 1 SCV mining from the refinery, and no refinery at the natural base at this time.
He only has 1 factory. Why doesn't he need more gas?
Because gas is awesome, and he needs more factories.
Yeah, he doesn't need more gas, though. He'll get the gas when he's going for additional factories.
Well, he's light on factories, then.
That's what I was trying to say. He has 1 factory only.
Well, get more. That's all I'm saying. Isn't it a little suspicious?
No, it's not. Mine is going for his 3rd command center as well. This is basically a game of chicken. So, how much can you macro?
Well, fortunately, he knows his opponent is Shuttle, not Best, so he actually has a chance to win the macro game here.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the funny thing, though. If Shuttle sees that command center, he's probably going to think to himself that Mine only has maybe 2 factories at most, and even go for a 4th nexus. That would be incredible if Shuttle goes for it.
Don't do it, Shuttle. Don't do it. Survive.
Do it.
Carry the Protoss race.
You started the probe, you're going to get the 4th nexus.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. This is just a scout. It's just a scout. Come on. Oh no, XKC. What is this advice? What is this advice?
You're playing greed, capitalism, ho. Capitalism.
We're not looking at anything else but this probe. We're just gonna stay here. Everybody's gonna think the game froze. Okay, I'll just move it away. Anyway.
See, we're running the pylon down. You gotta get that nexus down.
But we do see another Terran factory is coming down at this time. So this is just super greedy by Mind. Super greedy, but now he's got factories coming. Oh, he does pick off the SCV, and that's almost more suspicious. Because the SCV is wondering, was there something beyond there? And why was that so heavily guarded by a whole legion of Dragoons?
I mean, Mind has to expect it if fourth out. Because otherwise, there's no reason for him to play this greedy of his own. So I think both players kind of already conceded to each other that they're playing it very, very greedy. Which is perfectly fine, though, because you can go for the sort of greedy build if you know what your opponent's doing. I mean, this is not standard, though. We've never really seen this happen before in a while. Where both players just expand like crazy.
Well, great news, everybody. Arbiters will be on the way. The Tribunal is almost complete. We've got the Templar archives done, but no Templars will be produced at this time.
And there's that fortress we were talking about. But look at this, though. Here's to find the first, army unit of Mine being sent out here. We're going to have four vultures on the way. Going across the bottom side of the map here.
Oh, I think he could have gotten in, too. Mind talked himself out of that one. He thought, those Dragoons are just oddly too far away. I could probably make it in here, but I'm not going to. So I actually like the timing of this fourth Nexus at this point. If he dropped it sooner, I was cringing a little. But I actually think that he needs the fourth at this time, and this is going to put him in a good macro position.
He's already in a fantastic macro position. He already has the Arbiter out. No upgrades being made for it yet. And he has additional... Okay, 6 gateways now. +1 spinning for himself. So things are looking good here for Shuttle. He's using his 5 Dragoon to clear out some mine that Mine just freshly laid.
Yeah, I really like his mine sweeping with this small amount of Dragoons. It's eliminated a lot of the vision that these Spider Mines provided. Oh, is he going to see these right here just south of the Dragoons? Oh, he managed to capture the eye of just one of them. And now he knows that there are Spider Mines down here to the left. Great job by Shuttle. These pro players just have the best, vision of the mini-map.
Hold that thought, though. Hold that thought. We're just seeing Mine already started to push out right now. I don't know if this is the best idea for him. He only has a couple tanks. And his units are heavily over in front of his tanks here. But he's going to back off. So Mine is going to start to take some map presence for himself here. Maybe think about getting the fourth here. Be a good idea.
The best Terran players here just practice this leapfrog building technique with their tanks and the turrets so much. Because it's really important that they just have the perfect path where they can line their tanks up across and just slowly gain territory as they approach this base at the 3 o'clock position. So Shuttle's going to have to deal with what Mind has practiced tenfold.
Alright, we do see the first Arbiter out here. We do see the stasis field being researched for the Arbiters. So that will be an option here. And look at this, though. Because the temple got shut down by the tanks, this gives an opportunity for the vultures to sneak into the back here. But there's the cannon to defend for the probes. And the Arbiter as well, plus the Dolce. So this will get cleaned up.
Oh, look, a Vulture actually made it into the top here. And so, along with some tanks, the temple's completely taken out.
Look at this, though. Because the temple's taken out, we do see the 2 tanks here on the high ground. Going to start sieging down the upgrade.
This is amazing.
And nice scan here by Mindo, but problem is all these tanks are on the low ground, so even if some hit to be missed here. A storm gets fired off by Shuttle on top of the
that storm's not quite good enough, though.
Not a good storm, though. That one tank is still alive and is in range of the basically all these units here on the left side of the base.
Oh, he's going for it again. He's going for it, XKCD. That Arbiter just kind of faking its way in there. But because that turret is there, it's just enough to deter that Arbiter from helping the army get inside.
See, the problem is that the Arbiter doesn't have any recall, so it's not like he can recall Zealots on top of the tanks here. And this is another problem as well. Because Shuttle is playing very fast in this entire game, he allowed Mine to get into such a position such as this. Like, if you look at the tank line, this tank line is supremely entrenched. Plus, you have a very good use of the vultures as well to set up mines in front of these tanks. So, trying to go for the Zealot drag, mine drag, is going to be very difficult here.
Yeah, this is disgusting how methodical and deadly this push has become. Allowing himself to get that temple between the high ground and how well the tanks are spread out. I mean, there's just not really an effective way to come in here.
Look at this, though. We're going to need a break here by Shuttle. The problem is we do 2 stasis On top of only 2 tanks though, so that's not the most effective stasis shield we've seen.
Oh, those spider mines taking out 3 or 4 zealots at a time. That was brutal. But it looks like Shuttle has managed to push his way in here.
He has, and the thing is that Shuttle didn't really lose any important base buildings here. He lost a citadel. Well, the light speed was already finished researching, so that's not big of a loss here. But he did lose a lot of his army, and mine also sort of lost his army here, but Shuttle is still 40 supply ahead and an extra base ahead as well. Mine really needs to start thinking about taking a 4th base pretty soon.
Alright, we do see that Science Vessel Tech is on the way. We've got armory upgrades also pumping out. Are we going to see a 4th command center? Possibly. It looks like mine's looking to expand here. Meanwhile, the push has been reinforced, and basically it's just a spider minefield that kind of kept Shuttle at bay. He wanted to be really careful instead of just pushing forward right into it since he lost so many zealots. But I think that Shuttle's rebounded here and is able to just kind of hold himself off into the mid-game.
Oh, this is risky by Mindo. Charging him with all those vultures. Not the best idea. He really needs to defend. Like, he needs to be thinking more about defense. He needs to think about defending that 4th base that he's building right now. That's more important right now. Look at this, though. We're going to see Shuttle go for another seat attack here. Yep, running right into the minefield.
Oh, that was a very nice stasis. Pretty much disabling everything.
And this will get cleaned up here by Shuttle. All those units are gone. There's no way Mine can recover. Look at this, though. You see the Shuttle? 165 supply, though. Charging all the way into the natural of Mine. Can he keep pushing? Mine's trying to do his best to defend here. You do have a Vessel Bomb. The Vessel doesn't have enough energy for an EMP.
Yeah, these vultures are going to be absolutely useless. Maybe just a couple tanks in the background will be the only saving point here. But without any spider mines, no more vulture support, the tanks are going to get taken out. The dragoons with their beautiful range here. And just too little too late. I think mine's going to get rolled over. Oh my god, GG.
This is
losing the
unexpected.
ace player.
That's just unexpected. I wasn't thinking that Shuttle could win this, but looks like Mine let Shuttle get too greedy and Shuttle up with 2 wins already.
I
Wow.
mean, we're honestly looking at the weakest Protoss player taking out these two opponents right now and putting the Protoss in a good position to continue their rampage.
Right, I think it's even more interesting is that you would expect Mine to be like the final player, and wow.